So also when they sit shnei inyonim, we have two ideas over here in the sitting of the sukkah. Shnei the sukkah's teshvu. First is you sit in the sukkah, the first command, and then v'chol ha'ezrach b'Yisrael yeshvu b'sukkahs. All the residents of Yisrael should sit in the sukkah. Umehachiluk im dishnei ha'inyonim. So what's the difference between these two, Basukkahs, Teshvu, and Kol Ezrach B'Yisrael, Yeshu Basukkahs? What's the difference? Shabasukkahs Teshvu B'Loshen Tzivui. That comes Teshvu, you shall sit. That's a command. V'Yeshu Basukkahs, Kol Ezrach B'Yisrael, Yeshu Basukkahs, B'Loshen the Sipur V'Hoidah. That's in the language of a story, letting us know that all the Ezrach will sit in the sukkah. That's one difference between the psukim. And there's another difference, because over there it says Kol Yisrael, and over there it's only the Ezrach. That is going to Kol Yisrael, goes to all Yidden, like all the mitzvahs of the Torah is for all Yidden. But ve'ela sheyeshu b'sukkos mitzad ma'atzmon. But those that sit mitzad on their own, you don't command them. They ain't tzrichim litzivas, and they don't require a command. Hemrako ezrach b'Yisrael. That's only the ezrach b'Yisrael. The ezrach b'Yisrael is a higher level. Does not require a command, but they're in the sukkah on their own. So, what is the explanation? The Vayer Maimer so explains in the Maimer the Makifim Yesh Beis Madreges. In the level of Makifim, there is two steps, two levels. Makif HaKorev uMakif HaRochik. The close Makif and the distant Makif, the further Makif. The closer encompassing and a further encompassing. Ushnei Ho'inyonim de Basukas Teshvu. The Yeshu Basukkahs, these two aspects that we say sit in the sukkah, and they will sit in the sukkahs, Hem Bishtei Madregis Elu, are in these two levels. Basukkahs Teshvu or B'Makiv HaKorav. Sit in the sukkah, that's the Makiv which is close. The Yeshu Basukkahs, and when it says they will sit, or B'Makiv HaRochik, that is in the distant and the further away Makiv. So the two sukkah idea of the makif in this sukkah, there is the makif harochik, which is kol ha'ezrach, sits brings down in the sukkah, and then there is all yidden basukkahs teishu, they bring the makif hakorev. Bezehu shagabe the yeshu basukkahs teishu makif hakorev. The Yeshu Basukkahs u'b'Makiv HaRochik, that's in this. Zehu shegabe Yeshu Basukkahs. That's why by Yeshu Basukkahs Omer Kol Ha'ezrach b'Yisrael. The level of Yeshu Basukkahs, the level of the Makiv HaRochik, is not for all Yidden. Not everybody is shaykh. That's only the Ezrach b'Yisrael. Those who have the level that they're Ezrach. What is Ezrach? Ezrach b'Yisrael, the one who the essence of the soul shines by them, that they feel and they live by their zericha, by the shine of the soul. The Ezrach b'Yisrael hu etzam haneshama. Ezrach b'Yisrael is the essence of the soul, shemishureshes beha'atzmus, which is rooted in the essence of Hashem. And v'hayeshiva b'makif harochik, and the settling down, the distant makif, that's in the level of the essence of the soul. The level of sitting in this sukkah is not in the is in the level of makif hakorev, but not in the essence, which is connected to the atzmus. The level of ezrach, that's the essence of neshama, that is in the makif harochik. And we can say, so now we also understand why there is no command Kol ha'ezrach b'Yisrael, we're just telling you a story that Yeshu, they will sit, not sit, because that's not something which is for ever, that happens by itself. It's sort of almost automatically. V'yesh loymar, dezeu sheyeshu v'sukkos hu loy beloshin detzivui. It's not in a language of a command. El beloshin desipur v'hoidah. This comes like a story letting us know. Ki inyan hatzivu, because we said now that this is talking about the etzem of the neshama. The etzem haneshama you can't command. Ki inyan hatzivu shayich rak b'dargas haneshama hamelubashes beguf. You can only command in the level of the neshama which is dressed in the body. Mashe enke b'haneshama shalamaylo, as opposed to the soul as it's above. Ubefrat be'etzem haneshama, especially in the essence. Ain't tzivu, you can't command, you can't say you have to, because it's the essence of ain't tzivu. But in the yeshu basukah, so what is, they're not commanded to bring in the sukkah, sit in the sukkah, but what is yeshu basukah? What's accomplished like automatically? The fact that it sits in the distant makif. It's not that there's a command, you have to sit in that makif. On its own, it's in the makif harochik. The fisher shorsho who ba'atzmus, because the root is in atzmus. So the Maimer explains. So once we have the Ezrach Yisrael Yeshu Basukas, the Chol HaEzrach B'Yisrael Yeshu Basukas, Hutam Basukas Teshu. So this basically also becomes not a separate command, but it becomes another reason, a reason for Basukas Teshu. Hainu, the Hakoyach al Basukas Teshu. How do we have the power, Basukas Teshu, Lahakif Hamshich Makif HaKorif, to draw down the close makif from Basukas Teshu, because the essence of the soul, Ezrach B'Yisrael Mushreshes Ba'atzmus Makif Harachak, because it's rooted in the Atzmus, the distant makif. Because Ezrach B'Yisrael sits in the sukkah, is rooted in the Atzmus, we have the ability Yesh Basukas. That's what the Maimer explains. But the Rebbe wonders now, why do we need another explanation how we're sitting in the sukkah? Before we said Basukkah is because the Eibishter set us in the sukkah, Sarusa de Leilo, that's how we have the power of Basukkah's Teshu. Now he's saying because the Ezrach B'Yisrael sits in the sukkah, that's how we can do Basukkah's Teshu. Frag the Rebbe, v'tzorich lahov, we need to understand. Da'atam ba'koyach al Basukkah's Teshu. What is the reason? Where do we get the power for Basukkah's Teshu? That says in the pasuk, Ki Basukkah shafti, because the Eibishter started off by settling us in the sukkah. So why do we also need the reason of the Kol HaEzrach B'Yisrael Yeshu Basukkos, that all the Ezrach B'Yisrael sits in the sukkah? Why do we need that reasoning? We shouldn't need that reasoning anymore, because we already have the reason in the pasuk itself. So how do we reconcile this all? Okay, let's leave it over here, and we'll be mamshel tomorrow. Bezrat Hashem.
Okay, but not tomorrow.